Hello everyone, I'm Vikas from Small Academy and welcome to another video on Android note taking application development with Firebase. So in the last video we created the authentication for registering new Firebase account, and we also merged the anonymous account with the Firebase real account with the email and password given by the user. So in this part we'll implement the login activity, and if we get enough time I'll also implement one more features that will add the automatic profile to the user who is registered to our application, so that we can use their name without creating the Firebase, without creating extra Firebase collections for that. Okay, so I'll explain about that when we actually start doing that. So for now let's go and implement the login activity. So to do that, we already have the login activity created and we have this login class. Now I want to activate this login button. So if you remember, we have this login account button here in the register activity. So I want whenever somebody click on that, I want to open the login activity. Okay, so login act and set on click listener, just like how we have been doing this on click listener. And if somebody click on that, I will start the new activity, and to do that I'm gonna copy the same thing from here and paste that here, replace this with the login.class. So this will let the user go to the login activity. All right, so now in the login activity, first thing I want to do is enable the back button. So get support action bar, set display up as enabled and pass it true. And I will change the title as well. So set title, and title is login. Okay, login to Fire Notes. All right, so in this activity we are going to let the user to log into our application. Okay, so to do that we have all the same procedure that we used here in the register.activity, because we need to extract the data, that is username and password, and check if they are not empty, and after that we will let the user log into our application. All right, if I go to the activity XML class here, or layout file here, we have these two fields, email and the password, and for that we have IDs as email and password, and we have this login button, and we have this forget password options and create new account and the progress bar. Okay, so by looking at this progress bar, I just remember that we didn't actually implement the progress bar in our register.java file here. So we'll come back, we'll do that later when we are implementing this progress bar here. Okay, so first let's extract the data and validate that and let the user log in. Okay, so here I'm going to do the same thing, create the new view object for the edit text, and that is L email for login email and L password. Okay, and we also have buttons for login now, and we have text view for the forget password and the create account. Okay, so let's bind this to the XML resources. We can do that using L email, find view by ID. Make sure you are binding this to the right view. Okay, so if you want to know if this email is the right ID, then you can hold the control, click on this email, and it should send you to the activity login here like this. So we are in the activity login. Okay, make sure that you are doing this right, otherwise you will get the error such as you are trying to assign something on the null value, or this is not present, or it will display some exception. Okay, so to avoid that, make sure you are using the right ID here in the right XML file. So find view by ID r.id L password, that is the ID for that. And for buttons we have login now, login button, and text view are forget password, and similarly for the create account. So now whenever somebody click on login now button, I'm going to extract the data. So set on click listener, new on click listener, and inside these I'm going to create the email. So I'll use email dot get text and convert that to the string, Similarly, I'm going to create the password, and L password is a variable name for the view, and get text and the convert to string. All right, so similarly I'm gonna check if these are not empty, so am email that is empty, or we cannot use or, I think. So let's use the symbolic operation here, or operation, and am password dot is empty. If both of them, one of them is empty, then we're going to display the toast message, fields are required, and return the user to the same activity. Okay, and now if this condition is true, that means we have all the data we require to sign in the user, and we can sign in the user using the Firebase auth class. So I'm going to create the instance of that first. So Firebase auth fauth. All right, get instance of that as well. So fauth Firebase auth dot get instance. And now here after this, I'm going to use the email and password to sign in the user. So fauth dot sign in with email and password is the class we need to use, that is present in the Firebase auth class. All right, so this is the method we need to use to sign in the user, and here we need to pass the two strings parameters, that is username and password. So we have am email as well as the am password. Okay, now I'll add the event listener to keep track of failure or success of the login. So new on success listener, and if the login is successful, we will send that logged in. I'll display the success. Okay, I don't want to display anything else. Success, and we'll send him to the main activity. So we can start the new activity, new intent. Actually we are inside the inner class, inner method, so get application context, and the destination is main activity. Like that, and finish this. This will display the message when user is successfully logged in. If not, then I'll add the on failure listener, new on failure listener, to display that login failed, and I will attach the message so that user can get the exact message why he is not able to log into our application. Okay, so e.get message. Let's go to the main activity, and here now instead of sending user to the register class, I'll send him to the login activity now. Okay, so it should send the user to the login activity, and in the login activity we have all this data. User can enter the data and they can log in to our application. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this application, and I'm going to log out the current user. Okay, and I'll try to log in using that same account. So let's go run this application. Okay, the app is running now. I'm going to log out from here. So log out. It's going to log me out, and it's going to create the new temporary account now because we don't have any real account associated with it. And to make sure that we have one more anonymous account here, let's refresh this, and we should have one more anonymous account, because as I said, our app always have one anonymous account associated with it if the user is not logged in. Okay, so let's go back to the app here, and now I want user to log in. So, and we don't have any nodes here created right now, so we are not displaying anything. So I want user to log in using the email and password that is created previously. So click on sync node. It's going to send him to here. All right, now I will add my email, which I already have the account here, as you know, and add the password. And now if I click on login, it should log me into the application, and we don't have any nodes currently displayed because that user is new. But as soon as I log in here using this account, it should display that one node I have created there. So click on login, and if the login is successful, it should send me back here, and we have this new node. Okay, so we have this new node. All right, and we still have this anonymous user here. So if anonymous user try to log in with the existing account without creating new one, then we have to delete all the nodes associated with that, and we will delete that user as well. Okay, so let's do that in the login.java file. So I want to delete the nodes of the anonymous user if they have created any, and the anonymous user itself before signing them into our application. So I need to delete them here. So delete nodes first. Okay, so if they have any nodes created, we will delete that first. So let's delete the node first. So before deleting the node, I'm going to check if the user is anonymous or not. So at this point we'll have only anonymous user, but let's just make sure that it is anonymous user. So that means we don't really need this. So fauth dot get current user dot is anonymous. Then if the user is anonymous, then we're going to delete the user. So I'm going to get the current user. So Firebase user equals to fauth. We have the Firebase auth variable already with us, so we can get the current user. We all now I'm going to delete all the nodes. All right, so to delete all the nodes, I need to go to the collections where we have the documents based on the user's ID, and I'm going to delete that whole document. Okay, because we are deleting the whole user. All right, so to do that, I need to use the firestore instance. So fstore dot, and I'm going to use collections. So inside the nodes collection, we have the document, and that is identified using the UID of the user. Now I can directly call the delete method here, and to make sure that it is executed successfully, I'll add the success listener to listen to the event. So on success listener, and when the node is deleted successfully or document is deleted successfully, and when the document for that particular user is deleted successfully, I'm gonna display the message that says all temp nodes are deleted or removed. Okay, that's your choice. And once the nodes are deleted, I'm gonna delete the whole user. So delete temp user, that is anonymous user. So to delete the anonymous user, I can just call user and I can delete it directly from here. And for the good practice, I'm going to add the on success listener to listen for the success event, and I'll display the message says temp user deleted. Okay, and once these operations are successful, then we're going to sign in the user using email and password, and after that user can access their notes in our main activity. But we also have a spinner, and I'm going to implement that now, progress bar or spinner, whatever you like to call it. So let me create the progress bar and spinner as the variable name and bind the view. So spinner find view by id r.id and the progress bar 3, I think. Let me go to the login here and check what is the ID of the progress bar. So we have this progress bar and have the ID as of progress bar 3. So that is the correct one. Okay. Now the progress bar is currently hidden in the activity here, in the layout, activity layout here. So I want to make them visible when the data are valid. Okay, the data given by the users are valid. So once that checks is done, I will display the spinner to the user so that the user can understand that something is going on in the background. So make it visible. Okay, and once all this operation is successful, we're going to go to the sign in with email and password, and we'll sign in the user and they'll directly go to the main activity. So in case if the sign in with email is failed and this message is displayed, then I will hide the spinner. But in other case, I don't need to hide the spinner because we are going to the next activity. So this activity is hidden anyway. So visibility, I'm gonna make this gone. Okay. So in the similar way, I can implement the progress bar here. So we have this progress bar variable that we created. We have this progress bar here, right? So initially the progress bar is hidden in the register activity, and when the data are valid here, I'm displaying the progress bar using the visible properties, and I'm hiding the progress bar if the new account creation is failed. So that's what I have done here. So you can do the same thing. Let's go back to the login.java file, and here okay, so we have implemented all these things. So let's run this application and see that if we can actually delete the nodes and log in the existing user into our application. So let's run this. Okay, the application is running now, and we have logged in with the temporary account. So we don't have any nodes here anyway. So I'm gonna connect my existing account here. So let me go to the sync node option, click on that, and we are redirected to the login activity. And here I'm gonna log in to the account using my email and password. Okay. So this is my email and password is 126. So when I click on login here, it should delete the nodes of the temporary user, but we don't have any nodes here right now, so it is not going to delete it. But you know what, I'm going to create the temporary nodes for this temporary user. And so this is the node created in temporary account. So I'm going to go back to the here and refresh this database, and it should display the temporary account with the ID of temporary anonymous user. So yes, this one is a temporary user ID, so PNT. So let me make sure that they are matching here. Yes, and this is the temporary account, and this is the account that I already have here, and this account have one node that I have created inside them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sync the node. So let me sync the node from here. It's going to send me to the login activity, and I'm going to use my username and password that I had created account with and log in the user. So password is 126. And now when I click on login here, it should delete the nodes and it should delete the anonymous user, and by the end we should have only this one user present here. Okay, because we are signing in with the existing account. So in the later videos we will also display the warning message here when we user try to sign in with the existing account, saying that all the temporary nodes will be deleted. If you want to save those nodes, then you need to create the new account or something like that. So for now, let's click on login and see if this is working. So click on login, it is displaying this. Okay, it says that temp nodes are deleted, temp users is deleted, and success. Okay, and it displays the real content of our data. So let me refresh this, and we should have only one user here. Yes, we have only one user, that is real user. And if I refresh the data here in the database, it should display only one real nodes document, okay, for our real user. In the Firebase, we can't delete sub collection of the documents. So if we see in the Firebase documentation here, it says that we will not be able to delete the collections or sub collection in the Cloud Firestore. Okay, so to delete that, we need to use the server or special Firebase CLI options. Okay, so as Firebase documentation says that we are not allowed to, or we are not recommended to delete the sub collections from the Android application. We will leave this as it is right now. So we'll come back to this and delete this later. But for now, our app is working and it is deleting the user and the nodes. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and display the error dialog to the user when a temporary user is try to log into the existing account. Then we will display some message to the user saying that if you log in with the existing account, all your temporary nodes will be deleted and you cannot access that later. Okay, so let's display that message first. So whenever the user come to the login activity, I want to display that message. So if the user is anonymous, I want to display that message. Okay, so here just after this, I will create the one method called show warning. So this pop-up method will contain the pop-up that display the warning. So it's gonna have the same code that we have written before in the main activity when logging out the new user. So I'm gonna go there and copy the same thing. So I'm gonna actually copy this same code from here and go to the login and paste it here, and I will modify the few things. So let's display the message that says linking the existing account will delete all the temporary node. Create new account to save them. So if user wants to save the nodes, we will send them to the register activity to create the new account. But if they want to, so if they want to if they want to sign in with the existing account, then we will display it's okay. In that case, we will let them sign into our application. We will do nothing. We will just so let's log out from this application here, and after that we will try to log in with the existing account, and it should display this message. Okay, the app is running now, and now I'm going to connect using the sync node, and it says, are you sure? Linking existing account will delete all the temp node. Create new account to save them. So if I want to save nodes, it is going to send me to the connect to Fire nodes. If not, I can go back and click on sync node again, and if I click on it's okay, it's going to let me log into the existing account. So I'm gonna log into the existing account again, and it is going to delete the nodes, and it is going to delete the user, and the user is successfully synced. Now if I try to click on this, it's going to say that you are connected. Okay, so guys, in this video I try to delete the sub collections. Since we have the sub collections inside the document, so we were not able to delete that, and I promise I'll try to solve that and make the video again on that later. So for now, in this video we try to log in the user into our application, and we also deleted the temporary user, and we did all these things. So I hope you understand what I try to do in this video. If not, let me know in the comment, and I will see you in the next video. And we are near to the end of this video series, and also don't forget to mention things that I have forget to implement. So I know I have not implemented the animation, and there are a few other things that we still need to implement. So we'll do that in the next 2 or 3 video, and we'll finish up this video series, so that you guys can relax and work on this application on your own. And also I'll make separate videos to upload this into the Google Play Store. And you can also upload this to the Google Play Store. But before uploading to the Google Play Store, we need to optimize few things in this application. So I'll also make video on that as well. For now, that's it. So this is it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye bye.